Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RuckU Ramble News. Bit of a review of the Lions squad. It's taken me a while to process information, see. So I thought I'd do that from here, from Will's kitchen, not Hell's kitchen. Have any of you been watching that? I have. Amazing. Anyway, so Lions squad. It's provoked a wee bit of debate, quite rightly. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, can anyone be unbiased? You look at the coaching setup, just struck me. Geach, Wasps coach, 3 Wasps players, 1 Harlequins player. Not that I'm biased, but 1 Harlequins player, and where are they in the league in comparison? Look, Graham Roundtree, scrum coach. England have 3 front row players. Is that fair? Don't know. What the hell would I know about the front row? Although I think from an English point of view, I think the English boys will be happy. In terms of numbers, I think, I was looking at a few tours. When you look back over tours, I think sometimes, certainly at the recent times, the English, it's been a bit thin really, because a lot of English have gone, and there haven't been a lot of Celts. Whereas this time, there's 8 English and a lot of Celts, so I think the English boys could almost have 2 Celts per player, to make tea, clean boots, that sort of stuff, because that's what they feel happiest doing, looking after us. And so I think in that way the English boys will have a great tour and will be well looked after, and I think quite rightly. So yeah, look at front row. I don't know. Locks, about right. I suppose Shaw was a bit of a shock, but he's a bit of a bruiser. Back row, well, Zinni's done that in the way that Zinni can, but I'm surprised Croft is not going. Primarily because I think the South African line-out is as good as any in the world, probably better. And he would have been a good line-out presence, and he's a good player, athletic, fast, on the hard grounds. I think he would have been great, but none of his coaches are going, are they? So that was a bit of a shock. But then I think, as Marco would say, I remember Ian McGeechan saying to me on the 93 Lions tour, he said to me, "Will, you're dropped." And I've never forgotten that. It's that sort of thing. I'm not mentally scarred by Geach, but it's the Lions tours are very, very special. Selections, a lot of people talking about the 10s. Only 2 10s going, both play the same style. Are we limited? Do the Lions need to play a fast, fluid, hit and run style game to beat the South Africans? Apparently the South African coach says no. But hey, what the hell would he know? Fuck all. That's a bit rude, and I didn't mean it. So I don't know. I think there's been a lot of talk about friendship, and I think bonding on a Lions tour is crucial. We didn't quite have that in '93. In fact, we didn't get very close to that. I remember. I know I've told this story before, so don't have a go at me. But it just, for the people who haven't seen it, it was a belter, and it summed up '93 when we went out drinking, because drinking is an important part of a Lions tour. And all joking aside, I think it'll be an important part of this tour. They've got to have a bit of fun. When we went out drinking, and Richard Wallace said to me, no, Richard Webster, Freudian slip, said to me, we were going to play chins. I thought he was being funny. But I then thought I could do well at this game. Until I realised it was a fairly basic Welsh game, really. I don't know where it was created, but you basically sat round a circular table like this and you hit each other on the chin. There's not a lot to do in Wales, so they like to entertain themselves with these sorts of games. Anyway, obviously I wasn't going to argue with Webby, so we sat around and we started hitting each other. You know, not too hard. It's a bit of the old, you know. That was quite funny. And you could change direction, which confused the Irish. But anyway, you could do that every now and again, and you could do a few other things. But anyway, this game we going on, having a few drinks, and Webby was there, which, you know, has been very nice to him because he could punch quite hard. And Richard Wallace, the Irish winger, was next to him. And it had been coming around, and Webby hit me, and I was feeling a bit bad, so I changed direction, hit him back. He turned around and he floored Richard Wallace. It was a bit of a shock. He just bang, a bloke off his chair on the floor. And I sort of said, you know, Webby, let's go to the bar. Let's get another round of drinks in. So I sort of dragged him off and was standing at the bar. I said, Webby, what the fuck was that all about? He said, I tell you what, Will, he's been shit. He's been shit all tour. He's even shit at this game. He can't even fucking play this game. So we had to have it. And I looked at him and I thought, yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. But it showed that, you know, we had that kind of tight bonding friendship. And I think, you know, if this tour has that, then they're stuffed. But, you know, it's going to be important. People talk about leadership. That will be important. But they don't want whinging cats either. But, yeah, leadership, it's more than one guy. Big debate, Paul O'Connell is the right guy. Yeah, he'll be the right guy if they win the Test Series. Brian O'Driscoll is going to be crucial to the tour. But leadership is crucial. And, you know, as Marco would say, I hope some of you watch Hell's Kitchen. But I remember Gavin Hastings got us all together in Dunedin early one morning. And he said to us, we are not here on holiday. And from the back of the room came the immortal words from Mike Teague. I am. Hopefully, they'll have a slightly different attitude this time. See you next week.